Well, hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. So I'm wondering if any of y'all have seen this before. 30 plus years ago, I had one when I built my first house. The house my daughter's in, it was, her mom passed away. So anyway, that we had one of these in there. Now, there is a trick to these, and if you haven't figured out what it is, it's called a heat keeper. But you take your dryer and you run it into that, and it's got a switch right here where you can turn that and close it off so it doesn't blow any air into your house, and it blows it all outside. You go from here to the outside vent from the top out. I've got to go pick up another dryer hose, exhaust hose, vent, whatever you call that thing. But I just got to thinking, why haven't I had one all these years? All the heat in the wintertime that the dryer's making. Now, the negative to it is, if your clothes are wet when you first put them in a dryer, and they always are, then you've got a lot, and it's not made for gas heat, by the way, electric only. It's got a lot of water in it. It's a lot of moisture. It will get your house really, really humid. You do not want that. So when the first 20, 30 minutes or whatever in the dryer, you want to have it to where it exhausts outside. So all that humid air is being exhausted outside and not making your house so moist, so humid that you're going to have mold issues and such. But after you've had it run for about 20, 30 minutes, when they're starting to get, fairly dry, most of the humidity's gone, you flip that switch back up, and it's got a screen right here that catches the lint that your lint trap in your dryer misses and blows that heat in the house. Now, I don't know if y'all have ever felt that, but that thing blows out a lot of heat. So I thought, well, why not put one in this little house that I built that's spray foamed, and it doesn't take a lot to heat it. If I had that, aimed into the house, the middle of the house, it'd heat the entire house, no problem whatsoever. While the dryer's on, of course. But, and I may only let it do that for 15 or 20 minutes per load, but that's a lot of heat that I was blowing outside that I can now use in the house, especially on really cold nights. Typically, I do my laundry later in the evening anyway, and over the weekend, and y'all see I've got the washer pulled out and hose been hitting the wall, but that's just whatever. Everybody's probably looks that way. I got some dusty cobwebs on the wall back there, but I actually pulled this dryer out 2 or 3 weeks ago and cleaned under it and behind it, and did the normal stuff. A lot of people don't, but I suggest you do. Pop the back off your dryer and make sure that the heater element blower assembly is completely clear of clogged up lint, and that your dryer hose, this is the part I cut off of mine, is not clogged up. And you see there's some in there, but it's not clogged. So I take my air hose and blow through it to push it out. I think they make a brush you can put on a drill and run through it or whatever, but that's entirely up to you. You may have a hard pipe. Well, this is the hard pipe material that's ribbed for bending. It's very stiff though. So I've got to go by Lowe's tomorrow and pick up another exhaust duct to connect to that and run it back to the outside. But I just wanted to show y'all, this thing will help you with your energy bills. If you're still using your electric dryer and you're worried about your high electricity bill where your heat, electricity is going up, you're wasting a lot of heat. Now remember, 15 or 20 minutes at least when you first put the load in, you want to exhaust it outside to get that moist air blown outside. But once them clothes are starting to get very dry, you can exhaust it inside, catch whatever lint in that screen. I read some reviews on it where people were saying they were putting a stocking over that because the screen wasn't fine enough. So you do your own thing and tweak it yourself, but it is an option to help save money on your power bill in the cold months. So I'm going to try it. My power bill is not that high. I'm working on getting off the grid completely. Excuse me. But, if this saves me 10%, 20% off my power bill because, you know, I do 1 to 3 loads a week. It's just me. So I wash my bed sheets and my blanket and all that stuff every other week. And that's usually 2 loads. And then during the week, my laundry's basically 1 load. So I do 1 to 3 loads a week and, you know, wash them. I scrub them and all that good stuff because they're work clothes mostly. And then when I dry them, you know, it takes an hour and 15 minutes or whatever to dry a big load. And this thing can save me a ton of money. Your dryer puts out more heat, or my dryer puts out more heat than I use in the rest of the house to heat the whole house. All I have is an infrared heater, in a fireplace heater in the living room, and then a little 1,000-watt electric heater in my bathroom. And, you know, that keeps my house comfortable no matter how cold it gets because it being spray foam. But if I can use this heat and let those run less, I'd be crazy not to. These things cost, I don't remember, 15, 20 bucks off of Amazon, you know, the China Mart online version. But either way, something that may help you save some money during the winter months. And I'm not going to end the video here. I'm going to go to Lowe's tomorrow because it's later in the evening and get new dryer vent and finish it before I end the video, so you will see that it's completed. And right now I've just got a extra washcloth laid in the top to keep the overpressure valve from open. It's got a flapper valve on it, so when it's blowing, it blows some outside, but most of it comes in. And if that screen gets stopped up, it'll blow more out. So it's got, you know, it's pretty cool little invention. And if it could save you some money, hey, if it only saves you 5 or 10%, you know, a month on your power bill, times 12 months, this thing's 15, 20 bucks. It's going to pay for itself in a couple months, I guarantee you, especially if you've got more than 1 or 2 people in your household. So just an idea. I'll get back with y'all when I'm done with this thing and show you it in process. All right. Thank you. Well, hey guys. All right. I made my trip to town, went to Lowe's, and got another 8-foot dryer exhaust vent and connected it. I bought 2 new clamps. So that 8-foot one, and this is the rigid one. It's not the little old cheap, real thin foil that bends easy. But that's the same kind I already had, so I went back with that. I like it better. It holds its shape. But they're about 20 bucks a piece, 19 and change. And then the 2 clamps are less than $4 a piece, so, or less than $3.50. Anyway, I spent about $27 on it. So add the price of the heat keeper for the dryer, which is this thing. You know, you're going to have $35, $40 in it. But in most areas, and luckily my area is not one that's really high on electricity. Mine stayed about the same. I went back and compared to last year. So, you know, it might take me a few months, 2 or 3 months during the winter time. So that's basically the whole winter for Southwest Georgia to recover the money I spent on this versus savings on the power bill. That main factor right there for me is because I have such a low power bill. But I didn't show y'all in the earlier in the video. This screen comes off. You just gather up the lint that's collected on the screen and throw it in the trash. Now, I don't know about y'all, so I just put dirt on top of the dryer. I don't know about y'all, but I keep a little trash can. It's actually an old bucket, but either way, I throw a bag in it, use it as a trash can on top of the dryer. That's where I throw the dryer lint and old dryer sheets and such. And then it's my catch-all, but these tools here is what I was using to install that, so I'll put them back on the truck. And pruning shears I found when I was cleaning up my old storage closet there, and a couple of toys I was making. And then I keep the basket I grab to go gather eggs every day because it's by the back door, so I run it. So this ends up being trash. This needs to go to the storage building out there. But y'all, this thing puts out a ton of heat. So I'm gonna pause the video right here. I'm gonna get my meter out of the truck with my thermometer probe, and I'm gonna turn this thing on, even though it's kind of warm today, and let it run for a few minutes and see how much heat, temperature wise, is actually coming out. I can tell y'all, standing right here, I'm 6 feet from that filter screen. I can feel the air very, very well. So it's blowing hard to, you know, to into the house. Now, in my situation, you know, hate to show y'all that, but I closed in this extra room, closet back here, so it makes it where I've got to go through this little hallway into the rest of the house. But it's still a lot of heat that was being thrown away, so it'll save you a little money. Let me pause the video right here and go get my thermometer and start this thing up and just see what kind of heat we're blowing out of it. All right, guys, so I've got it in here, laid it on a trash can. I'm trying to get the end of the probe right in the direct flow of the heat, and it's hot. I don't want to stand here very long, but the meter lights up, so I'm gonna show y'all. It's blowing out 150, 140 degree heat. Guys, that is every bit as hot as your electric furnace or your heat pump when the backup, the Mercy Heat kicks in. This thing is blowing a ton of heat, and I'm 6 feet from it, and I feel it like, holy crap, I need to turn this thing off. So it's going to add a lot of heat that you were wasting before to your home. Now, maybe it'll only get your laundry, kitchen area, or whatever. Some of you have it off your bedroom, you know. Whichever way you install this thing, it's worth it. You're throwing that heat, that electricity away after that load is dry. Now, my dryer is empty right now, but I'm fixing to do a load of clothes. But guys, this thing, for 40 bucks to save all that energy you've been using and throwing away, that's just a no-brainer for me. So, anywho, I'm going to end this video right here and let you make your own decision. But guys, this thing is well worth it. Let me go outside the house here. Now, I've got it to where it's blowing inside, but it's still got that little hole in the middle with the flap, so some still blows out. And guys, that's a lot of heat still coming out of my dryer vent. So I've seen where people tape that flap down to where all the heat's blowing inside, and you could do that. Make your own modifications. There's reasons, I'm sure, why they left that way. For if the screen gets stopped up, too much pressure, and it can blow the stuff on out of the house. But you do what you got to do to help lower your expenses, and it's fluctuating a little bit. Let's see if I can slide back. Nope, the handle's pushing me away. But put it right there. Either way, that's a lot of heat that you have been blowing out of your house, and I've been blowing out of my house. I gotta turn this thing off. I don't need that heat in the house right now. I've actually got the heat off. It's warm in Southwest Georgia. But I'm gonna gather up these tools and put them back in the truck where they belong. Otherwise, I'll get on a job and need something and not have it. But you know, that thing could really help lower your power bill, or on those very, very cold nights where you need, you know, that little extra boost of heat, and you don't want to run your heater anymore just for the simple fact that it's costing so much. You know, that is an option. Let me flip the screen around. All right, sorry, I'm outside. Let's see if I can make it stand up a little straighter. I'm gonna put my tools back up, but guys, it's an option. I mean, you got to get creative on what you can and can't do to save yourself some money, either just to make it through the month under these Bidenomics, or to help save money so you can put the money toward other prepping things, food and water, and you know, all the important stuff. You know, it's entirely up to you, but I wanted to just show y'all the option that there are ways you can cut your expenses. I'm putting my meter back together, by the way, putting the probes on it, but it's just an option, and a lot of people never put that much thought into it. you know, but like my middle daughter has 3 kids and a husband and herself. They do a lot of laundry. My oldest daughter has a husband and 2 boys. They do a lot of laundry. And if you're running that laundry, you know, a load or 2 a day, basically, in the cold part of the year, this thing could save you a ton of money. And remember, just don't let all that humidity blow into your house. Get the load at least mostly dry before you divert that heat into your house, just because it's, you know, it's going to be humid heat and you don't want all that humidity in your house, but it will make a difference. And just an idea. So I'm going to shut up. I'm going to get off here, get this video edited, and let y'all enjoy the rest of your day. I appreciate y'all watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. It's absolutely free. Let me back up. See Sparky playing with his rope toy. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him being a sweet boy. He pulls on that cable hard. Holy crap. I got to fix that. He's done got it all tangled and twisted. It's getting too tight. So let me get that handled. And I'll see y'all next time. Thank you very much. Remember what I always tell you. Jesus Christ loves you. And so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared.